and welcome to another Ascension message. My name is Bobbie Richardson. I will be your guide for today. So today is probably, honestly, I actually sat in front of this this topic because it's very raw to me at the moment for about 20 minutes before I even decided to press live. So I'm live, here we are. And topic being that I wanted to, I've just gone through something that was a massive shift of my own. And with that, the emotions that really boiled up within me, I wanted to share how I got myself out of it. I mean, it's still raw and I can still sort of feel it on the peripheral edges of myself, but I also have this understanding now and this freedom within me that's come from going through this tightness of feeling so out of control and somebody controlling me all at the same time. So I can't exactly tell you. Morning, Karina. I can't exactly tell you what the whole scenario is. I think that that's, something very private, but I wanted to go through the actual emotions of how I actually got myself out of this. So say, for instance, you were told something, the worst thing that you could be told. It was one of the worst things that I could have been told. And the way that it was told to me was extremely, not the nicest way, not because of who sent the message. Who sent the message was awesome, but it wasn't through the right way of, through family members and stuff like that. Coming to me, it was through outside forces. So when it first happened, I think it was yesterday, Monday morning, when this information came to me, and I got clarity on that it was for real, it was true, and it just completely. Oh my God! I lost I honestly, this is what happened. I'm just going to tell you exactly where my emotions went so you can see just how extreme it was. I just dropped to the ground and started this blood-curdling scream of like, what the F? Why am I here? What is my purpose? Why would I even be here? Why would I have gone through everything that I've gone through, all of the visitations, all of the beautiful beings that I've come encountered with, and all of the strength that I've learnt from them, and even the ones that weren't so beautiful, the strength that I found in myself, and knowing all that I know and the wisdom that I hold, and then having this thing that I can't tell you about happen to me. But I want to go through these stages of these emotions and how I actually got myself out of it. So straight away, I went into the sources and I asked bluntly what was going on. So you've got to make sure before, you let your emotions completely override exactly that this is the truth. Then, whether you need to release that like I did and just drop to the ground and scream my head off or whatever, there has to be that release, there has to be. Don't hold these things in. I cried all night. I just kept crying. And you just got to go through it. You just don't hold on if something like this happens to you. It's kind of like, at the end when the hero's about to just spring forward into the journey of, I know what I'm doing now. I know where I'm going. It was like that end inks where they always have in these movies where the hero falls completely, flat on their face, and it's just shit. Excuse my language, I'm live. So here I am, bubbling my eyes out, and the emotions were all coming through me of, it was more questions of why, and then I got to the next day and the next morning, which really I hardly slept. And then I just thought, I'm going for a drive at 4 in the morning and I'm just going to trust. I started just wandering around in my car. And still, I was at least with it enough. Don't jump in your car and wander around if you're completely lost within yourself. You don't want to have a crash or anything like that. But I knew I was aware enough to drive. And I went straight out to the outback where there's hardly any traffic anyway. And I came across, for the second time in my life, a beautiful, beautiful peacock that just walked across the car, in front of the car. And I'm like, oh my God, well, what a sign is that? I've never, only one other time have I seen a peacock walk in front of me, and that's a massive sign. And it was the peacock shamanically. I actually wrote it up on my Facebook. It means taking your power back and beauty of everything and beauty of yourself and the strength of yourself and, moving into creating life. And it was really beautiful. And yeah, anyway, so I kept driving and I got to a lake and I just sat there. And I was still crying. I had friends that were, trying to be there for me and stuff. So it wasn't, all me on my own completely. But my immediate family and all that, it wasn't right to contact any of them. So then I ended up. Now, what happened? I just decided I'm going to go do my delivery runs as usual. I need to get into myself and do that. And I'm driving along and it's kind of like you go through all this purging, and it's so much purging. You just allow it to happen that you come to a point of blankness. It's just like this numbness, like nothing, like just numb. And then the emotions might come back and forth a little bit, but then it's back to that numbness a lot more percentage-wise. And then I went into something. I pulled up out of my mind something that had happened in the past, and I thought I had cleared it, and I realized there was still this inkling of anger and frustration from that. And then I went, oh, okay, I see where that point is. So I let it go enough, and then I ended up being told by my guides, because I had cleared enough, I could actually start hearing them again. So, Karina, that numbness, it's just but it's good. You just keep riding through as the waves of emotions come up. And and it was like I cleared enough to hear the next message that my guides were trying to tell me. So they actually told me to bring in my power through the 4 elements. So they showed me, the water was my blood, and earth is my body, and fire is my passion, which is that oomph that I have and that fire within me. And then they said, breathe, just breathe, which is the air. So I took this big breath, and then I saw the beautiful loved ones that had gone their own way and done and decided something that I just never ever thought would happen, ever. Their path was completely different to mine, and I could let go of that point and seeing that divineness within themselves, and that their choices were all made from their own heart and not from so much that I thought was fear, gave me a much better feeling about the whole thing. And so then I started just breathing through that, and it was like, I just wanted to let you guys know that if something happens to you that's that formidable, it was almost like I realized too, because I could release that link to them and the feeling of needing to help them. I could release the link, gave me all of a sudden within myself this freedom be myself. Now that link was something, it was a nurturing link. So if you can imagine children and that sort of stuff. So it was needed. And then I realized that link needed to be severed. I needed to take my power back. I needed to allow myself to go on my journey and then to help whoever is ready when they're ready to come. So it's given me the sense of freedom I have now. When I see my future, it used to be, and I don't know if you ever feel into the future and you have these blockages or you have these moments of, oh, well, I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to do that, because of, links to helping other people, or links to, something within your mind that has always told you that's impossible or whatever. Well, it's like they just went pop, 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 pop. And all of those links to all of that future that I saw is now gone. And now my future feels free, like a free future to do and choose whatever I like. And it's the first time, honestly, in 32 years that I've found that I have that, or actually probably all my life that I've had that, because I've been a mum for 32 years. It's a long time. So it's, a lot of nurturing and a lot of guiding and stuff like that. So yeah, because I've had two sets of families. And yeah, Karina. So yeah, it's one of those things that we need to trust in the divine plan. We need to, and we need to be there with love, and we need to be there for each other. We need to know that there is a reason for everything, because I was literally at that point of, if I cannot do what I need to do, I'm off. But it's given me the sense of freedom. That's what we call a tower moment, by the way. So honestly, I've had huge tower moments just over last year. I've had one back in September last year, 2020, massive, huge one that shifted everything and actually got me to speak live. Then I had another pretty big one just a few months ago, and now I've had another one. So it's kind of like these massive tower moments that are happening to us, because it's breaking us free of the illusion of what reality really is, and also that anyone has power over us. Because as soon as we fall into the victimization that we can't help or control or whatever somebody else, then we've all of a sudden given ourselves away to them in the power of our minds, been victimized to the scenario of being stuck. So it's a very freeing thing when you go through those tower moments, and it's really important to just purge through them. And then you get to a point where you just stand there in your power and you realize just how powerful you are, and you take like that staff within you, how the wizard has a staff, you take that staff or that wand or whatever it is, and you just go, no more, I'm not doing this anymore, this is not affecting me like it did in the past. I am ready to really push forward and be me 100% of who I am, and trust 100% all of the beautiful divine gifts and beings that are there for us to move forward. So yeah, I know it looks, I can even see that you guys probably see it's very raw within me at the moment, but I needed to do that. I think sometimes we, as humans, we wash over those. Well, I certainly do. I don't want to say, all the negative stuff that's happened to me, but there's so much we can share for each other, and realizing that we all go through these same horrific moments, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that other people are going through them, that how we actually heal ourselves and how our mind works. And I'm not saying that the way my mind worked and how I got myself out of it would be the same as how you could get yourself out of it. You need to trust your own guidance and everything. So also while I'm here, I thought I would pull some general cards, tarot cards. Oh, that one just wanted to pop right out. Oh, wow. So yeah, I thought if I do some general tarot cards for this next week and where we're going, and the card that constantly is coming out. Yeah, thanks, Karina. Thanks. She says, thank you for sharing as I feel lonely sometimes. Yeah, it is really tough at the moment with all that she's got. It's exactly what I went through when my son told me, oh my, yeah, and all the crying tears. And yes, this is what I came to do as well. Yeah, trust in the divine plan. Yeah. So the card that keeps popping out, this isn't the first time it's popped out, because I did a couple of cards just before I started this, because I'm like, do I even do this? Am I ready to actually come forward and do this now? But I think that with the raw emotions, everyone can feel the honest truth within what I'm saying. We do have the power, once we purge all that stuff, to clear enough of ourselves to actually have some sort of guidance that come in and then tell us, a different scenario and give us a different tweak of a perspective. And it's almost like we have to go through that skating of really fast to crash to realize that where we've been going wrong, where our perspective has been holding us hostage, where our perspective in our mind of who we thought was controlling us, what we thought was controlling us, who we thought we had to control ourselves, tweaks it. And then with that guidance, we see from a whole other perspective. And when we see from a different perspective, we make different choices and we start to feel freer within our life and where we can go. So the card that keeps popping out is innocence. And that's, it's an old man, but he's playing like a child. He's seeing the world through childlike eyes. He's seeing the playfulness of what the world can bring to us, and coming back to that innocence is so important at the moment, to not take life so freaking seriously. And especially when you've gone through a tower moment and something like that that's actually affected you so badly, that you can you go outside and see something and see the wonder in it and see how beautiful life really is and what can be made of life through those different eyes, through the way that we think differently. So yeah, I feel that. Perfect card, Karina? I really feel that at the moment, that we've now got to, I'm approaching life through more innocent eyes. It's not through those controlling eyes of this is how the story is supposed to go. I don't know how the story is supposed to go. I'm connected, yes, but I'm only gifted and given the information that's needed for the next step and the next step. But I can't see 1,000 steps in front of me. I can see the next step and I can feel into what that step's going to take us into. But when we bring it all back to innocence and realizing that we've been forcing our steps to go a certain way because we've said in our mind that's how it's supposed to go, it stops the flow of these beautiful next steps of benevolent beings telling you and guiding you towards you being empowered, you creating more of what you really truly want and letting go of what you can't control, Hey, Sumac. Okay, there's also, don't listen to some of the, there's going to be some people that are coming online that I'm not sure if they're for real, they're robots or whatever, so don't, especially if somebody tries to give you a free reading through these things. I've seen it so many times, they try to give you free readings, or I've seen some of them get very abusive and swear and stuff, and it's just, just silly people trying to get it everyone. Anyway, and I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable at the moment, so I'm not surprised. Okay, let's get the next card out. Next card out is traveling. So traveling can mean two things. It can mean actually physically getting out there, which is the one thing that I actually feel I need to do, is to physically get out there and travel and go into the earth and talk to her and find out even more. And I had some really, really powerful messages when I was going through the purging as well, where vision came to me of some original elders. So that I'm not going to say exactly what it was all about, because it's a personal message for myself, but a real connection. And I also had a dream of, and this is kind of exciting, of the crystalline city that we're imagining into, through our imagination, we're linking, we're connecting. You know, our imagination is there because it knows that something exists that isn't in our reality at the moment. So when we are asked to use our imagination, it doesn't specifically mean that it's not existing. It can also mean that you're tapping into something that exists in a different frequency, and you're starting to bring that frequency and that reality into you. So I was asked in a dream to imagine and help the link strengthen between a crystal city in the middle of Australia that's in a different frequency. And they also pointed me out towards a map, and they also said there'll be a sign on the map, which there was, and I got some general idea of where to go. So I'm really excited. And so the traveling card can mean that. It can mean that you're actually literally traveling. The other way that you can travel is through your own inner journey within yourself. And just a tower moment in itself is a massive traveling expedition. Actually, I would say a tower moment is like you at the edge of a cliff and you just going, I'm falling. I'm just letting go. I'm letting go of everything, because it forces you to let go. It's almost like the earth is shaken and you need to let go. And when you do, you find that you are safe, that there are way more gifts available for you, rather than hanging on to dear life and putting all your energy and strength into hanging onto the cliff. So that's, the traveling card. It can be an inner journey of yourself. And once an inner journey happens, you start changing your direction, because you see life from a whole other perspective. So that's really important. Yeah, trolls, don't you know? That's the word I was trying to find before, Karina. Trolls. Aren't they fun? They just keep us in line and keep us aware. So let's see what the next card is. Next card is Creator. I mean, how freaking cool is this? Go through tower moment, go through whatever we've gone through in this last couple of years, where we're felt completely out of control, and we're starting to take our power back, and we have now innocence, traveling. And this is always a good card too. This means whatever happens, it's going to be fun. And with the innocence card next to it, it means it really is going to be fun, because you're going to start seeing things from a whole new perspective. You're going to start realizing that the journey is the excitement, that the journey is the fun, you know. And then the next card we got is Creator, the Creator card. Like, really, that you are the creator of your reality, you know. And it's really interesting, even though if you are the creator of your reality, how the mind works at holding on to something that doesn't actually serve what you wanted to create. And that's when the tower moments come, because we want to go this way, but our minds have blockages all the way through that path. And so the only way to get through them is for it to just smash, and then all of a sudden you realize your path is completely clear. And that you have the way you can actually, you are creating your own reality. So sometimes we think if we've gone through a tower moment and something awful's happened, the trick is not to hold on to those the Tower moment is here to purge the emotion, to say it's time to let go of that emotion, and then you find you're not going to be triggered anymore because you're seeing life through a different perspective and a different lens. Charles. Hey Karina, actually, if you don't mind, I could actually pull a card for you, but after this general reading. So I'm going to do, this is the animal shamanic animal cards. Oh, okay, Samay. Yeah. It's like, I'm not a troll. That's funny. Yeah. Well, thank you for letting us know. Let's get into the energy of this week. The energy of this week. Energy of this week. More important energy of this week, please. Animals. I love it when they fly out. It's really cool. Okay, so the energy of this week is dog and friend. So I'll read this. It says, today I will love without condition. Oh my God. My energy and enthusiasm and inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am protector and friend. And that's the cool thing, once you get to that point of letting go and just falling, it come back to who you are naturally again, that authentic self of who you are. And that is the friend of everyone, unconditional love, just like a dog has. They have unconditional love. Yeah, I'll pull a card for you. I don't mind pulling cards for people every now and then. It's quite fun. Okay, the general reading for this week. It's funny, the humpback whale has been coming up in my reality a fair bit late. I'll tell you a really cool story about the humpback whale. I was going to go with a boyfriend, this is quite a few years ago, to go see the whales. And I was traveling along the top of this cliff called Montville, high up in the ranges of Australia. And I could see the sea on one side, and I felt this connection. I could literally hear these whales in my mind, like doing that beautiful song, the beautiful whale song. And then the message came to me that I would see a mum and a baby. A mum and a baby were going to come and visit me. And we went on the boat, and we could see another boat further on that was chasing some whales because they were actually swimming in with the whales. We were just standing on the boat. And then it took a wee while, and then they kind of scared them away. Then we turned around, and this big whale came diving out beside us, and the guy on the speaker goes, hey everybody, it's a mum and its baby. And the baby just shot out right in front of me and did a big jump. And it was really cool that I connected with the whales that day. So we can connect to whoever we wish. Mother Earth's here to teach us so much, and the power of a whale. Oh, that's sad, Karina. So she says, oh, wow, a friend's dog just died. And I said to Teddy, the dog, to stay close. Oh, so that's almost just, a personal message. And it's really weird because didn't I just say, do you want me to pull a card for you as well after I've done this? And then I end up pulling the dog card. That's really interesting how it all works. Okay, so humpback whale, sing healing songs for the world. And we've been doing that, haven't we? We did the mantra. Yay, we've got to do some more of that, I think. Your inner navigation always guides you. Hello. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and your power in your soul. And how beautiful is that for what I've just been talking about and going through. Hey, Saya. Oh my God, she's going to give birth any moment now. Okay, I'll do a couple of personal cards after this next. This is the last one for the general reading. This is Ram. perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up. Good luck and will follow. So just keep going. Just keep on going and being you and being the authentic person that you are, no matter what happens, and give yourself time to heal if you need to. Okay, let's get into some personal readings. And Sumac, if you want a personal reading as well, as an apology for thinking that you're a troll. We'll get, first of all, Karina, and then Saya and her baby, and her beautiful, beautiful baby that's coming. Okay, Karina. Okay, so, okay. Karina, so we've got a couple of the cards for you aren't on the happiest side, but I'm just going to go with what they've come up with. So we have past lives. So there's something in your, probably, I feel like there's something in your blockages, because you've also got the exhaustion card. There's something that's blocking you that might be quite deep. It might go quite deep. And there's a really good way of getting to the bottom of that. So instead of, because it might be a past life that you're clearing, something from way, way back that you know, we come into these lives and we can't remember our past lives, right? It's holding, and this was on the bottom too, suppression. So it's like holding you almost hostage. See how the person is bound by ropes, almost holding you hostage with that feeling, and it's exhausting, right? So what I would suggest to you is to get to a past life. Just sit quietly to yourself, and then go to a point, say something triggers you, and you get to that point where it triggers you. You can go into that point where it triggered you. You can go back to the first point where it triggered you when you were alive this time. And then, because it's connected to a past life, what we want to do is we want to get to the first point where your soul was triggered. So then we allow our imagination to do the rest. So what we're doing is, the story could be anything. The story that you imagine could be anything. But it's the feeling that we want to get to. The core feeling is the most important thing. So even though you're creating a story, and that story that you could imagine could well and truly 100% be the story, like you, all of a sudden you go into your imagination, you start seeing yourself as in the 17th century, and you're wearing one of those little white bonnet things, and you got 1,000 kids around you, and you're trying to juggle everything, and you've got no food, and somebody triggers you then. That sort of scenario can happen, where you create the story in your imagination, feel into it, and when the emotions start coming up, feel into those emotions. And then what you do is you see yourself from an observer point of view of who you are right now, and you can see that imaginative story, whether it be real or not, doesn't matter. We're getting to the emotions and the feelings of it all. And you see yourself, I see I had to lose myself in all of those lives. I had to go deep, dark into feeling all of that, and connecting in a very logical manner, and losing my power of, my essence of connection to earths and all the magic that I used to have in lives even previous before that. My soul had to take a deep dive into the unknown, into the vortex of feeling severed from Gaia, Earth, or whatever, and losing the magic and all that sort of stuff. Whatever the story brings you to, then you go through it. And then you see from this higher perspective of now I'm finding my way back out again. Now I'm realizing that those triggers that had happened to me back then are fine, and I'll get myself back out of it again. So there's hopefully that will help you get out of anything that you think you felt there was some sort of pull towards that has been kind of stopping you in your tracks. Because I know you're a bright soul and you're shining your light really big. And it's kind of like me, what I just gone through. You know, sometimes we need to really purge even more than what we thought we had, something that's kind of stopping the future for you. So just go with that at the moment. I'm going to go into Saya's message. Also, okay. Okay. I'll read these cards. I'm going to do angel. I'll do angel card. I'll do animal card for Saya. Saya. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, Karina, perfect. I've got a bit of work to do to actually connect to identify actual feelings at the moment, so thank you. Yeah, just sit still with yourself, go through those emotions, bring them up, see them for what they are, and then see them from the beautiful light self that you are right now, and it will clear. They will clear, and you'll feel freer. Okay, so let's go into say... Okay, so now you got 2 cards fell out. We got Elk Nobility. So this is celebrate your compliments with humanity. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. And you also got Deer, which is love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And also, as I'm holding that and speaking to you about it, I'm feeling there's protection as well, because you, who you are, when you pour all that love back into yourself as well, because you're a very giving, loving person for everybody else. But this moment, you're just about to give birth, right? Like you said. You need to say, what do I need? What's going to, pour the love into yourself? Because I'm feeling that to make sure there's boundaries put around you of what this is your journey that you're going through, that you're going to give birth. So this is your journey. Make sure that the love that you're sending is for you at the moment, for you. And that, because you're worthy to bring this child through, and your child is worthy to be protected with love, with this love, that powerful love that you have within you. Okay, and you'll be celebrating everything that you've done. It's almost like this child is a gift for you. And I'm going to do an angel card for your baby as well. So, yeah, just make sure that if there is a moment when you're, going through labor, going through what you're going to go through, or even before labor, even after, if there's moments where others want to put their priorities first, you make sure that you put your priorities first. It's really important for you to love you, okay? They will fall in, they will realize that you've put your boundaries up, and you need to respect yourself in that way. Okay, so baby. Okay. And the card for the baby is surrender and release. So, when we're born, we are going through our own tower moment. I'll pull another card. When we're born, we're going through our own tower moment. So maybe it's also good to talk to your baby and say, it's okay. It's going to be fine. Just surrender. And almost like, when I don't know if you were here before, but I was bringing up being at the edge of a cliff and then letting go and trusting that next step. Maybe talk kindly to your baby about just letting go. It's going to be okay, and you're going to protect with your love for the baby. So I'll just do one more card for the baby. Freedom. You're so going to give birth soon, aren't you? So yeah, freedom. I mean, what else can I say for the baby? It's also, I'm getting off this card that it's going to bring freedom to the earth, to the planet. Wow. Yeah, it's going to bring freedom through for the planet. How gorgeous is that? And the energy that it holds is going to have this just freedom, yeah, for everything. So that's beautiful. Hopefully you're here to read that. If anyone else wants me to pull a card for them, hey, Verona Mackay. Love from far south, Taz, Bobby. Love to you guys too. Hey, Samek, appreciate you too. Would you like me to pull a card for you? Hey, Dennis. Hey. Anyone wants me to pull a card, just yell out. I'll wait a little bit because I know it takes a bit of time for it to... Yes, please. Oh, so we have... Hi, Bobby, friend. Big love and hugs to everyone. Sasha. Okay, Veronica. Well, let's do a card for you. Veronica. It's nothing like service to others to get you back in line and balance again. I love it. Veronica. Yeah. Message for Veronica. Okay, one's fallen out. Also, I want to bring in my dice too. I just realized they're sitting over there. I'm going to throw a few dice. Let's do that. So these are my fortune dice that I created. Oh, it's upside down. It has a little booklet with it, with everything in it, and they come with my own. So you get 3 of these numerology dice, and then Spirit guided me to bring through the New Earth messages as well. So we have 2 of these dice as well. There's different ways that you can throw. You can throw them all together if you really want to, but I like to generally throw these ones on their own, and then if it falls on a 0, then it's asking me to have a leap of faith and go into the higher frequencies with these dice. So let's get to Veronica. Veronica, you got creativity, so stepping into your creativeness, into the juicy parts of yourself, going to the core of yourself and finding that passion and desire to create something new, and also figuring out what you want to create in your life and sticking to it and being the power force of this is who I am and I'm going to create it. So the dice that you got was 9. So you're coming to 9 and 9, definitely an ending coming for you. You decided that's it. I've had enough. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to be me and I'm going to create the reality that I want. And you also got a 0 too. So I'm going to throw these other dice that give me even more. So you're going to have a lot of signs coming your way. I don't know if you can actually read that, but that little girl is reading a book and there's a sign of a lion coming out of that. So you're going to have a lot of signs. Signs are you connecting to higher frequencies, and the higher frequencies, when they merge with you, show you path in physical form. It's really fun. So if you start to see repetitive numbers, if you start to see initials of somebody over and over, I've been seeing BR absolutely everywhere for the last, 6 months. It's crazy on every single car. BR, and then a number. And it's like the number is, okay, that's the frequency you're in. So just look out for those signs. It could be feathers that are falling. It could be all sorts of things, birds and animals. You can look up shamanic animals too. If you do see an animal, you look up shamanic animals on Google, and then the name of the animal, and it will give you the energy or the sign of what it's all about. So you also got 22. 22 is, so that's 22. You're fast, you can learn fast. You've got limitless potential. And you're seekers of knowledge and wisdom and challenging logic. So you're really being a rebel at the moment and standing in your power and deciding this is who I am, which is really what I got from that very first card. Creativity. Just, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I've had enough and I need to be me. So yeah. She goes, wow. The whole pregnancy has been about me and my boundaries. What an amazing journey it's been. And yes, the baby girl will be full of freedom. That's what I've been getting to. Thank you so much, dear Bobbie. We are truly thankful. Thank you. Thank you. We're truly thankful for your beautiful messages. Just perfect. Oh my God, that's such a heart thing. Thank you. Veronica, oh Bobbie, goosebumps. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Bless you and much love, my friend. Yes, I love this message, confirming everything. Yes, yay. Because I'm doing Restream, we have Facebook and YouTube going at the same time. So I've got all these messages coming through that not everyone else can see. Cynthia, and Dennis, finally after 4 weeks, vertical finally settled down. Ascension. Yeah, you've had a bit of trouble with that vertigo feeling. Thanks for being here. Melissa, you're very welcome, Melissa. Okay, Cynthia, yes, please. Enough time, definitely enough time. I can keep doing this, but as soon as my daughter decides she needs to come up and get some food, then that's when I'll probably say goodbye. So we'll keep doing it until. So Cynthia, please have enough time. Cynthia. Well, I just realised one of the cards went in the pile. I wonder it was going a bit heavy. Cynthia, message for Cynthia. Yeah, so you can actually purchase these dice that I have on Etsy. My shop is called Newearthproducts, or you can go on my website. My website's www.codes-to-a-new-reality. And I also on my YouTube have a lot of messages, 3-minute, 4-minute, beautiful inspirational videos, and obviously what I'm doing now. Butterfly. So Cynthia, we have for you consciousness. And it's really weird. When it fell out, I literally saw in my head, go with the flow. You might have even heard me say, go with the flow. So consciousness, so what I'm feeling with that, I think that they were giving me that message for you to go with the flow. It's coming back to yourself. When I see the go with the flow card, it's a river, and it's this person just floating down the river. And as soon as we go to grasp onto the side to go, say there's a little rapid coming and it's getting a little bit chaotic, you might go, oh my God, I can't go with that. I have to grab hold of the side. And then you end up sitting in the rapid. It gets worse because the current's pulling you as well as you trying to hold on, and it just feels awful. So they're telling me, even if there's bumps in the road, even if something comes up for you, to just keep going with the flow. And you're going to realize that you have this powerfulness within you, that life isn't as bad as what your mind has been holding on to, that your flow of life will actually bring you into a better position. So Cynthia, you're definitely going into something, the unknown void. It's like the full game of jumping off the cliff. God, there's a lot of jumping off the cliff in this video. And traveling. So, and also movements for yourself, deciding to do what you want to do, but traveling too could be a part of it, because you've got 2 zeros and a 5, and 2 zeros is full on with the whole. So you've got imagination and you've got earth. So they really say to me, oh no, sorry, that's intuition. Why do I keep getting different things for you than what's actually here? So we've got earth. So go outside and connect with Mother Gaia. She's got some messages for you. It's really important for you to do that at the moment. And it's going to ignite your intuition. It's going to make your intuition just fly out, you know, and explore something new within your reality that you've probably been not even aware of for a while. It could be, yeah. So that's cool. Okay, that was you, Cynthia. That was really confused. It was kind of all jarred all over the show. So I feel like maybe your energy is a little bit left, right, no, yes sort of feeling about it. Yeah. Silly. Yeah. Okay, Veronica. I'm just seeing sumac. I'll do sumac and then I'll do Sealy. I think I didn't do sumac. No, I'll do sumac. Sumac. So I'm just going to ground myself because I feel a little bit all over the show at this very moment. Okay, that feels a bit better. Sumac. Message for sumac. Okay, message for sumac. I picked up the card and one just went. I didn't even shuffle it. It was really weird. Okay, so sumac. For a long time, I'm sure you felt that you've been the outsider, like looking into this juicy, beautiful world that you really want to be a part of, but you just don't feel like you fit in. And the funny thing is, you yourself has always had the key, that actual chain that's around there, that lock is unlocked. You can actually undo the chain and walk into that beautiful place. But it's because you locked yourself into other people's perceptions of you instead of taking your power back and being the authentic self. So you would never see that is your ability to be able to take that chain off that gate and walk through into that beautiful space until you're mature enough to realize it's you. You have to be authentically you. And the next card that I got for you is celebrations. So once you do that, you're going to find more people, more experiences, more gifts. You're going to realize that you can have it all. You can have everything that you came here to experience. So that's beautiful. That's for you, Sumac. Okay, we'll go for, who else asked for a card for Victoria Energies? Okay, so pleased to catch up you live. I love your dice. They are energetically strong. I am a serpent, actually. I put this in my last video. I am a serpent. She bought my dice and she does her own amazing, beautiful readings. They are so great. Like, she's so in tune, and she uses my dice at the end of her readings, and I'm so grateful because I actually said this in my last video. These dice come from my to see this journey, my imagination through to the physical form, through to being brought out to the big wide world, and some, returning some, validation to me that this is for real, that this is a beautiful creation, and to see them live on her show. She has a beautiful show. Look her name up. I have the Serpent Tarot on YouTube. Amazing person. So yeah. Okay, who now? We've got Paul wants one. Oh, Smack's crying. You're very welcome. That's so beautiful. I'm so happy that I could help you. We have Celie and Dennis. So I'll go Dennis, then Celie, and then Paul. And if I miss you, sorry, please write another message. So we will go. You're very welcome, Eye of the Serpent. So cool. So what was it? Sorry, I've forgotten already. I have to get back into Dennis, Celie. Okay, Dennis first. Dennis is energy. Who's just cleared. You just cleared some stuff. I know that much. Dennis. Oh my God, everything's falling out for you. No, that's too many. Dennis, message. One or two cards, please, for Dennis. Dennis. Oh, that's so interesting. How does that even happen, right? So many cards in this pack. Look how many cards are in this pack, like so many. What pops out first? The same card that the other lady had, and it's shuffled. Like, you can't do that. You couldn't ask for it. But the other card that came out for you, so the message that I actually gave the last person is probably going to be very similar unless I get some other channel feeling about this. Holding yourself hostage is what I'm hearing. Holding yourself hostage, which is all that sinus stuff, you know. It's like the blockages within you. Holding yourself hostage when you being your. Sometimes we're most scared of our light. We're most scared of who we are authentically because we're powerful, right? We're all powerful, and when we start stepping into that power, we also have to take responsibility of that power. But the thing is, it's a different trip than what you think. It's not like, oh my God, that responsibility. Oh my God, I'm so afraid to have it. It's not like that, because when you become more authentically you, when you really do step out into the big wide world being authentic, it's like a release of it's okay to make mistakes, because the messages of this whole world is made on mistakes. This whole world, its whole reality is made on mistakes. Because if we don't have mistakes, nothing grows, nothing shifts, nothing changes. If everyone was a perfect robot in this world, would there be any change? No, there wouldn't. Our flaws, our so-called mistakes are things that shift us into a better reality. So allow the light to shine, you know, really have that beautiful essence within you. And sorry, I just got this amazing smell that came over me at the moment, and it was like somebody was trying to talk to me in my mind. That was a passed over person for some reason. I don't know if you're connected to someone that had passed over, but the other thing that I got was thunderbolt. So, you know, sometimes I just went through a tower moment, and that's really what that thunderbolt is that real, we've just got to jump into who we are authentically. And if it means that we're starting to realize we've been holding on to a lot, go with it, purge the emotions, work through. If you see at the beginning of this video, I did a big talk on me going through exactly that just recently, and how I got myself out of it, and how I saw life from I'm seeing life from a whole different perspective, which is moving me into such a beautiful place. Okay, so we also have, so that's your message, Dennis, and then we go to Celie. I might just do the dice for Celie. Let's see what the dice say. So Celie, you got number 4 and you got number 9, and you also got the 0. So I'm going to roll the other dice as well. So the number 9 is wow, like really coming to the end of your cycle. There's some big shift that's going to happen because you're letting go of stuff that you really don't need anymore. And you're starting to find a stable, because it was the number 4, a stable footing in this. You're starting to solidify it into this reality. So you could be going, you know what, I'm not being that person anymore. I'm seeing myself as this. So now with that energy, I'm going to start, I don't know, creating something different, like building something. There's different foundations that are building up for you. And you're going to have some guidance on the way. You're really connected to oneness, and there's going to be a lot of messages in your dreams. So oneness is knowing, a knowingness that all is going to be well, that you are taking this, you know you're doing the right thing by letting go, and you know you're doing the right thing by creating a new foundation, a new stability in your life to move forward. Your dreams are going to tell you a lot. You're going to get lots of messages, and so start writing them down. If you can't remember your dreams, write them down, because what happens is you start to there's 2 memories in your brain. One holds a memory of within a dream, it will just be in the moment, living in the moment. And when we have a connection to our memory of holding on to that memory, it's a long-term memory. That's the one that's you're going to try to unite by writing down the feel. You start with feelings, then start with different symbols, then you start writing the stories, and the stories start coming out that are beautiful, that is going to teach you with this new foundation of who you're turning into and being. So that's really cool. Okay. That's interesting. I was asking for the state of Victoria, and then it was like all the blockages that were coming up. I was personally asking for you. So somewhere around there would have been probably for both. The state of Victoria, interesting that they're going to go through a tower moment then. That's really interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for that, Dennis. Because they have been blocked looking outside at the rest of the world for a while, haven't they? Nice. See, so I would say it's a collective for you as well, because you know that you've had the sinus thing too. So like that's really interesting. Stream stopping and freezing on me. I'll watch later. Oh, sorry, Tony. But that's worked. Hi, Bobby. All messages from England. Would love a card if you're able. Yes, I will do a card for you too. So we've done Dennis. And I think there was one other person, wasn't there? Paul, and then we've got, I should almost write these down. Paul, and then we've got Arthur. Paul. Just seeing if there's any. Paul, let's pick a different card for you. Oh, that's straight away. Okay, Paul, you got this card. This card says, I change my story by changing what I believe about myself. Oh, so when I clean up the lies I believe about myself, the lies I believe about other people change. Every time I change myself, my whole story changes to adapt to the new main character. And this is how we're starting to create our own reality. And everybody in this world has these little lies that we tell ourselves about ourselves, because they are the programs that have been put on us to say that this is the way you have to act, this is the way you have to be, and it's not authentically you. It's because you've wanted to all your life fit in, and you don't need to do that anymore. So starting to change the story, when we start changing who we are, this is not like somebody else projects on you, you know, a parent figure or whatever. This is the way you are. You'll start to see that you act differently with different people, because say, for instance, your mum still holds on to the story of you when you were little and you're always tripping over. So she always sees you as doing that because she's held on to that story. But when you because you've hold on to that story as well, that you're always tripping over, that you always do something wrong. Oh, and this is just an example, right? Then that story ends up becoming solidified between the two of you. But you turn around and go, you know what, I can stand on my own 2 feet. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I'm supporting me. There's no one else out there that needs to support me. Nobody needs to, because I'm changing these lies that you said that I am like this. You only saw me in this much of my life. You didn't see who I am in my soul. And my soul and who I know is only coming from here. So it's what I know inside myself. That's really important. So I'll just do a quick dice throw. So you've got 8, which is really falling into abundance. You've got 7, which is strong lessons coming your way, and guidance with this as well, because it's a connection to that guidance through those lessons. You can become a powerful teacher from those lessons as well with the number 7. And number 9 is, for some reason, I'm also getting humanity and working with humanity with that as well. It's also endings, but there's a humanity feeling with that one for you as well. Working with humanity and taking your power back, almost like your numerology number is 9, which is that. It is working with the whole of humanity, and abundance will come your way. Like, you will be able to bring in what you need in the moment that you need it. Abundance, true abundance, is nothing to do with what's in your bank account, because that is holding on to an edge, holding on to a cliff and not trusting the future. True abundance is knowing that the money comes when you need it, and that the object comes when you need it, that you have so much love to give to the world when you need it. Yeah. So I'll probably say no. That's so cool. She said, yes, number 9 is my numerology number. Okay, so yeah. Wow, thank you for that confirmation too. I really felt that. Yeah, you've got a big, powerful journey ahead of you with humanity. Yeah, a big, powerful journey. Wouldn't even be surprised if you go live and stuff like that. So very exciting stuff for you happening. But there are some really stepping into that powerful you, and letting go of any other people's perceptions of who you are and how you act around other certain people. Feel into, are you being authentic with all the people that you are being with? Because when you're authentically you with everyone, your whole life shifts. Everything shifts to match that. The universe doesn't see any other path other than the path of you being authentically you. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, guys. I don't know. I think there was a couple of other people that wanted some readings as well. Celia said, well, thank you very much. Being a mirror for me. My dreams have always been a help to my entire life. Very accurate. Much love. Okay. I'm not sure. I think I'll leave it there. It's been quite a while. I'm not sure how long this one's been going for, but it feels like it's been going for about an hour. So yeah, it has, an hour and 8 minutes. So love you guys heaps. If I did leave anyone out, I am truly, truly sorry. I will be back. I've actually decided that I'm going to start doing, organizing myself next year, where I have specific days for doing this sort of thing, specific days for doing my channel messages, specific days for doing interviews with people as well. I think I'm going to start doing mixing it up a bit, but having it specific days so that everyone knows when I'm going to be online. And I'll still be doing the video messages as long as they come in and I feel that pull to do them. They do take a few days to put those together, so there's a lot of work involved. Don't forget, I'm an intuitive counselor reader, psychic reader. I do have my link in the comments, and I also have website, www.codes to a new reality. Heaps of information, heaps of channel messages. Codes to a New Reality was also a series that I did on YouTube. It started like 2 to 3 years ago when Spirit woke me up, and I started producing these videos on how to get out, escape the matrix. So heaps. Thanks, Celie. Bunch of love to you guys. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you, everybody, for being there and supporting me and supporting everything I do. My merchandise are for sale on Etsy. And so just please support each other. Send out lots of love to the world. There's mantras on my site too, that especially my YouTube, that you can tap into and you can hum to and send your love and beautiful peace out to the world as well. We can change this world easily together. This is how we do it. We unite and we collectively come together with love and say that's enough, enough, enough. You know, we're ready to be authentic. Love you guys. Bye.